Smoking Dank Sinatra, that's all gas. On the hunt in the tall grass. Intercepting every ball pass, then I run it back, that's a TD. Check the scoreboard, y'all last. We up one, you see me. Pussy niggas wanna talk about it, go to Hellcat, no demon. I be politicking on your broadcast, got the red carpet like the famous homie. Ask your bitch, really famous homie, and you know it's in me. It ain't on me. So creative like I made Adobe. I've been balling like I play with.
What's the deal? What's the deal? We back again. PolitiKan the podcast live Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find us on all podcast platforms. We can Pandora, TuneIn, Spotify, Apple Music. We are PolitiKan Radio on all audio platforms. So we got a slew of things to get into, man. The NBA, man, Nikola Jokic. Looks like he's about to get another MVP, man. They're talking about he's running away with it right now. What they're doing in Denver is something special. I think they're true contenders right now. Nobody was talking about them. Nobody is talking about them. Ja Morant, man, he calls out the NBA because he has been drug tested for a 7th time after his monstrous dunk. So we're going to get to that in a minute. NFL Super Wildcard weekend was crazy, man. So we got some crazy matchups. We got the Niners, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, Chiefs, Jaguars, Bengals, Bills. It's coming down to the nitty-gritty, man. So we're going to get some predictions on that. So we got to get to this King Von. You know, we hear about this all the time, putting money on people's heads. So both rappers are deceased, but it's coming out that the FBI said that King Von had a $50,000 bounty on FBG Duck's head, and he upped that bounty to $100,000. And after FBG Duck's death, he said that he went and bought O-block chains for the assailants. So this is what the FBI and the witness is alleging. And then we got to get to this fiasco of politics, man. We got Joe Biden. This guy, he got caught with another set of documents, and the Democratic Party is basically giving him a slap on the wrist. So let's bring everybody in, chop it up. What's the deal, fools?
Crack it. What's crack-a-lacky?
So y'all been watching this NBA?
Yes, sir. No, I'm lying. I haven't.
No, I haven't.
No.
The best thing that I realized, and now they got 7-minute recaps of all the highlights, and you can watch the game in 7 to 10 minutes. So I ain't been watching the whole game because I ain't got 3-4 hours, but in about an hour, you can sit down, watch all the highlights, and catch up with all the games. So, yeah.
Facts.
Nikola Jokic, man, Denver, man, they've been going crazy, man. So they were talking about Luka, and now they're talking about Jokic again running away with the MVP race, man. So what are y'all thoughts on Jokic? What is this, a back-to-back? How many has he won now at this point? What's your thoughts on this whole topic?
I mean, he's not your traditional MVP candidate, like body type or archetype. I mean, he's big. He's gotten a lot faster over the last 2 seasons, but I don't know what to say. I really feel like Luka's having a better season, but his team isn't they're not having a better record. So, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. He gives me like Sabonis, Arvydas Sabonis vibes from back in the day with the Portland Trail Blazers, and the fact that it seems impossible for defenders to just really I know he's big, and I understand that like he's able to absorb the contact, see the court because he's taller than everybody, but there, that Pat Beverly dog type mindset, I don't see it in very many bigs anymore in the NBA. So I feel like he's just sunning everybody. Like, I don't think he's that great. Like, I know he's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not even trying to have no Stephen A. rant, but he's a good player. But it's just hard to, like, Wow. But he's not my MVP. I give it to Luka.
What you got, y'all?
Oh man, we just want to keep giving this guy everything, huh? Actually, let's do the same thing how he robbed and got the MVP last year. Let's do the same treatment. Okay. So there was a number 1 seed, which he is right now, but that person did not get the MVP. Okay, cool. So he was in 6th place last year, 6th place, and he got MVP. So he beat out Joel Embiid. He beat out Steph Curry. He beat all these other people out, right? Okay, cool. Let's take the same philosophy. All right. So sitting in 6th place right now is the Warriors. So let's give it to Steph Curry. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Steph Curry's in 6th place. He shouldn't even win MVP, right? Luka should win it, right? No, not Luka. Joker should win it, right? Okay, yeah. Okay. Well, John Morant and the Grizzlies are balling. They got pretty much the same record. Nope, not going to give it to him? Oh, okay. So we're just going to keep giving this man MVPs? Because Lord knows he ain't winning no championship. The only good thing that is on the Nuggets right now, well, I think he got a contract with New Balance, but what's his name, Murray? He was wearing my boy D Rose's shoes when he was balling.
Nigga always throwing D Rose. What's the deal, Ronnie?
Facts. So
what's up, fools? Well, I got a kind of a different thought on it. The MVP is a joke to me because it seems like the criteria changes every time. It changes from era to era, or maybe year to year. I remember a certain player by the name of Kobe Bryant had a historical season, averaging 35 points, scoring 81, 62 and 3/4, beating the whole team. He was doing crazy shit that he was the clear best player in the league, the clear MVP, and they gave it to Steve Nash, who averaged 15 points and 11 assists because his team was like that right there. That's when I knew the MVP was a joke. So then fast forward, Russell Westbrook averages a triple-double, and his team's in 6th place years later and wins 2 more games than Kobe's team won. Out of one seed higher in 2 more games, and he gets the MVP. So Joker getting the MVP in the 6th place last year, I think the context of it was the reason why I think Joker is worthy for the MVP is because this man has literally played the last 2 or 3 seasons without his 2nd and 3rd best player. Jamal Murray has not been in the lineup. Michael Porter Jr. has not been in the lineup. Joker has kept the Denver Nuggets as a solid playoff team over the last 2 or 3 years. He has, by himself. He's carried that team. So him being in the 6th place has a lot to do with not having his players. So, what's up, Jay? I say, you feel me? There's only one player we ever talk about that we give props to that we claim do more with less, or give credit to one man. He carries team. Like, we only want to talk about it when LeBron does it, but when other players do it, we don't want to acknowledge it. So Joker is pretty much doing what everyone says LeBron does. He's carrying a team on his back in the contention every year. With that being said, he's not my choice for MVP this year, to me, because I go with not Luka. I'm tired of all the Luka hype. Definitely not Luka, but Jason Tatum. His team is in 1st place in the tougher Eastern Conference. He's a reigning Eastern Conference champion, and his team is in 1st place, and he's balling out of control, and he plays defense. Jason Tatum is my MVP.
I get what you're saying about Jokic, but at the same time, Joel Embiid should have won that MVP last year.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Him being in 6th place, that makes no sense. But at the same time, like you said, though, he is carrying that team. And one thing that we failed to mention is big men. Look at Anthony Davis. Look at Joel Embiid. Besides Giannis, Jokic is like the only big man that actually stays healthy and is available for his team every night.
Facts.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that he got going on is that he is making sure that he is there every night, putting up them numbers for his team. And that's one of the things that probably lost Joel Embiid, that MVP race to him last year is that he's just not as available as he should be.
Right.
And
That
Yeah,
is
well,
that is a bunch of baloney if I ever heard it, because you played more games, you win MVP. Oh, so Joel Embiid played less games and his numbers was better than yours?
Well, they're going
but
off the impact. They're that look. The go against you in the way of where I'm seeing like the NBA is going. Your fact matters because you're looking at the numbers. We're looking at the PER, the player efficiency, and the games played.
Okay, so last year when everybody wrote off Steph Curry when he didn't have Klay Thompson, so he didn't have his number 2 person. He couldn't win MVP last year neither.
Yeah,
Get out of here with all that.
Yeah, okay.
Look
Look at
out of here with
it
all
like
that.
a job. The MVP is a promotion.
Yeah,
You promote it.
If Embiid and Jokic is up for the promotion, Embiid might be the most talented, worker I got out there. But how much time does he take off of work?
Oh wait, so I'm gonna
give it to somebody that I know gonna show up every damn day.
All right,
And
let's put that in context.
As a business, I got to give it to my best employee.
Let's put that in context. So you're saying, hey, if you're the employer, hey, this guy when he's here, our numbers are higher than what it is with this guy. And I'm sitting down and I gotta figure out which one I'm going to promote. Well, I'm going to promote the guy that just showed up to work a couple more times than the other guy. His performance ain't better than the other guy, but I'm going to give him the job. Well, damn it, I used to go to work all the time for Verizon, and Verizon never, for 5 years, they never promoted me based upon me showing up to work. It was always, you know what, this person was a better candidate because of their resume and what they have done. So if
you're looking at the numbers that Jokic is putting up is comparable to Embiid's. So it's not like it's a huge drop off. The numbers are around the same.
Well, that was okay. So
is the same, but it's more consistent with this guy because he actually shows up all the time. Then I'm gonna go with the guy that's giving me the similar numbers that's gonna show up all the time.
Does comparable mean it's not the same numbers, but it's kind of sort of like those numbers? But you ain't as good as that person, it's close to it.
But I mean, comparables mean that they're not exact,
but they're around it. Yeah,
exactly. So I might give you 28 points. You might give me 28 points. But Embiid might give you 13 rebounds, while Jokic might give you 8 rebounds and 5 assists. But Embiid ain't gonna give you no assists.
But Embiid giving you blocks.
Comparing them is comparable.
Jokic had a 50-point triple-double. But the MVP is a joke, man. This is my last thought on the whole MVP. It's so hard to take it serious because you have 2 players in the top 10 by the name of Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. Shaquille O'Neal was once viewed as the most dominant player by the media. They always said it. Kobe Bryant was the best player, arguably, for at least 9 or 10 years of his career. Why do those guys only have 2 MVPs in between them? The MVP is a joke. If they say Kobe is the closest we've seen to Michael, but he has 1 MVP, it's a media award, man. It's a popularity media award. No one wants to admit it. It's a popularity contest. It's a media award, media-driven award, and it holds no weight to me. I lost respect for the MVP award years ago.
The MVP award is like the All-Star game. I'm sorry. My boy Derrick Rose has only played like 5 games this year, and he's like the number 1 point guard for the East.
Exactly. That part. Yeah.
Look, real quick, the tying what you guys all said, like Ronnie, you know for sure that I know you right about it being a joke. It's all about the marketing. It's all about Kia. They even talked about that with the Blake Griffin dunk with the over the car when it was trash, but they gave him the 50 just so that they could market it better for the next upcoming years. All about publicity, is all about the money. But what I was going to say, because I did try to have a little bit of stats for y'all today. Joker is at 24.7 points a game, 10.9 rebounds a game, 9.8 assists a game, 1.4 steals a game, 62% from the field, 37% from the 3-point. And his PER is at 31.8. So those numbers compared to Joel Embiid's are actually very similar. He's killing though, low key, when you really look at it statistically. And yeah, you're right. They were both the same, and them showing up different shouldn't have made a difference. But what we're failing to accept is that professional sports is the biggest modern day form of slavery, right? So when you think about it, if you're not there to do it the way you're supposed to have it done, the way you were contracted to do it, you're not going to get what you're supposed to get. And Joel Embiid said it in the media. I should get MVP, but I know I'm not because I missed games because of the injury. They all know the truth. We're just, we're on the outside looking at them like, and then Ronnie, Shaq and Kobe would have got 12 rings. 12 rings if Shaq would have worked hard. But back then they weren't worried about social media and controversial type stuff. They were actually letting them fight. They just didn't let the black people win.
Shaq is the most dominant basketball player
ever.
So let's
ever.
Get to,
he should be the GOAT.
Let's get to the my pick for MVP, Ja Morant, man, because Ja in Memphis, they are next up, man. But he has been drug tested for the 7th time after his dunk, and he's like calling out the NBA, like, man, it's ridiculous. Like, they think that he's on like steroids or whatever because he's dunking on everything moving. And he's only like 6'2", 6'3", and they can't believe at his size that he's doing these things. So they're literally like randomly drug testing him all the time, trying to catch him on something. So what are y'all thoughts on this dunk, man? Murdoch, play that dunk, man. We gotta look at this. So y'all see this the other day? This is the dunk of the life.
I see.
He caught a stupid dumb body.
Oh man,
That's a dead man walking. Who did he dunk on?
Body bag.
Luckily, his partner was right there to catch him, or he would have fell. That shit is ridiculous, man. Look how high he did.
Okay, I got to do it. Caleb, I got to do it.
They was like, we got to drug test that guy because he got to be on something.
I got to do this. Please let me do this. So, he is Derrick Rose and Allen Iverson all put into one. The way he dunked that last ball wasn't like a 54-inch vertical. It was literally just a really good time, cock back tomahawk dunk, right? We're all forgetting because of how short he is that the higher he jumps, the more exciting it is because it's more unrealistic of someone, skying that high in the air. The thing that I just don't like is that he's getting away with so many carries. That little cross, the hezzy cross that he did, that was legal. But he does a lot of carrying before he goes into his moves. So it kind of bothers me that he's getting away with everything that Iverson didn't. Like if Iverson was able to do what he did, we might be talking differently about greatest of all time, and we know it because Iverson could have did some stuff. They could have put some people around him, but Ja Morant doesn't need to do he really shouldn't do the dunk contest. This is a sidebar. Don't do the dunk contest. His in-game dunks are great because he's dunking on people. If he did a dunk contest, a windmill ain't gonna be nothing. Just saying, just throwing it out there. Go ahead, y'all. Derrick Rose 2.0.
When my boy retires, the new. When my boy retires, Ja Morant is going to be the next guy that I talk about because he reminds me of my boy so much. Only thing that he has developed before my boy has is a 3-pointer, and he's still developing that. So kudos to you, Ja Morant. Now, going back to this, I'll be damned if I go to my job, and every time I go to my job, They like, yeah, we need you to go take this. We need you to take this test. Okay, cool. First time, I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, that's random. All right, whatever. Hey, yeah, we need you to take a test again. Am I the only mother lover taking the test up in here? Okay, cool. Whatever. Take the test again. By the third time, I'm like, okay, why am I taking so many tests? This dude has done 7 tests. They trying to catch him up on something. They like, listen, you jumping too high, you dunking, you must be on something, brother. You got to be on something. I don't think he's on anything but just banging on folks. That's what he does. And I love it. The difference between John Morant and my boy D Rose is John Morant's coming down on 2 feet. He ain't putting all that pressure on one leg, buckling. So John Morant, keep doing your thing. NBA, once y'all, how many drug tests has Jokic done? That's what I want to know. How many drug tests Jokic has done?
You know
0.
What? That's
One. Probably just the injury.
Those are good
He only
points.
probably took a COVID test.
Those are good points. Those are good points. I can't like it's crazy. I think he's it's got to be deeper than what it is because it looks like he's being targeted. You know, this is not the first little athletic guard that we've seen doing stuff like this. As we mentioned, Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was incredible. He was incredible. Like y'all, you know, that's his boy, but on some real shit. 2011 MVP Derrick Rose. If he had one other All-Star with him on that Chicago team, they probably beat the Miami Heat. But that's another story. But Derrick Rose was dunking on everything. Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? We had small guards doing this for this is not the first time we've seen this. So why the fuck are y'all sitting up here targeting John Morant? You know, Vince Carter was 6'6", jumping over niggas in the NBA. 3 inches taller than John Morant, jumping over niggas in the Olympics. So
7-footer.
You know, 7-footers literally jumping over him. Like, we've seen shit like this. Why they got to be targeting this dude for something else that we don't know about? Because it's bullshit for him to get. I'm like, tested for what? What are they testing for? What are they trying to say? What like what? It has to be some details left out or some scandalous shit going on the inside as a reason why they are targeting John Morant. Because we've seen incredible athletes since the beginning of the NBA.
But everybody's trying to get caught up in anything right now, right? What was her name? Richardson with track. She got penalized for smoking weed. I mean, anything that makes you look, anything that makes us stand out a little bit more than what we should, we get penalized for it.
I think that the NBA it took weed off of their ban list. So I think.
So then what could they be? So then what could they be testing them for? Because any type of performance enhancing drug, there would have to be some type of muscle change. Like John Morant is like this big. He's like literally a small Kevin Durant.
Right.
And he's already been injury prone. He's literally hurting his ankles and knees all the time. I'll tell you what I think it is, Caleb. It's his father. How many supportive black dads do you see in the media that aren't in the media talking, look at me, look at me, look at me? He's there and he's here. And you see him on the sideline. You see him sitting with Karl Anthony Towns' dad and, you know, hanging out at every game, turning up at Memphis. But you don't hear him in the media talking reckless.
I mean, I think that really LeVar
Ball. Yeah.
LeVar Ball, man, he had it going, man. He really had something going with the big baller brand in the whole league. And then the NBA basically stole his whole format and turned the D League into the G League and basically swooped his whole idea right from under him. Yep. And that was his problem of going and being big mouth to the media, because the media is not for us. The media is for the white demographic. Therefore, you're going on mainstream media and hollering at white people on how you're going to do this. And that's why they took it right from under your rug and did it right in your face. So I think that after that, I think a lot of these fathers are learning, you know, to play the background. And you know, you got Kawhi uncle, you know, steering his career all type of ways and talking about he was making under the table deals. You got all these different things where family members get involved. Well, especially when it's the black father, the NBA does not like that shit.
How many drug tests did Adam Silver take?
You see, again, a lot of these corporate jobs, they don't come with a drug test.
No.
They don't even come with a background check most of the time.
True.
And that's real. But let's get to this NFL, man, because the wild card was crazy. We had the Chargers lose. They was up 27-0. They caught four picks in the first quarter and still lost. And they still keeping their coach, man. But, you know, the Jaguars pulled it off against the Chargers. Crazy. The Bengals, you know, they won without the Ravens having Lamar Jackson there. The Bills pulled it off without Tua being over there with the Dolphins. So now we got the Bills and Bengals. We got the Chiefs and the Jaguars. We got the Eagles. Danny Dimes over there, man. He was going crazy in New York, man. It's crazy how good New York has been, man. Nobody could have ever predicted this. And we got the Cowboys and the Niners over there. We got Brock Purdy. He's 11-0 as a Niners starter. He has yet to lose, Mr. Irrelevant. Who do y'all got to win this Super Bowl? What are y'all Super Bowl predictions as of right now?
I got my Super Bowl prediction is, may surprise some people. Neither one of these are my teams, so it's not biased, but my heart wants to tell me to go with the Philadelphia Eagles to make it out of the NFC. But for some reason, I think this is the Cowboys' year to break through and get there. They had a surprising ass whooping of their first round series game. I didn't know that they were going to beat the Bucs that bad. Although I think the Bucs shouldn't have been there. They're 8-9. They got to change this whole seeding thing because they shouldn't even be in the fucking playoffs. But anyway, the Cowboys look rather impressive, so I'm picking them to come out of the NFC, and I'm picking Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to come out of the AFC, and I'm picking the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes win the Super Bowl MVP.
Well, for me, I want the strongest team to beat the Cowboys and the 49ers, so I don't care who it is. So if it's the Eagles, then it's the Eagles. If it's the Giants, then let it be the Giants. Just don't let the Cowboys or the 49ers, 49ers win. Forget both of those teams. Forget the 49ers. Seahawks all day, every day. 12-man, we still fly high. Yeah, we got our ass kicked. But anyway. Now, on the other side, I kind of feel like I think there's politics in the NFL too. So what a nice story and playoff of everything. If you have the Bills go all the way, they finally make it all the way, and then they go to the Super Bowl and they do it for I forget his name, but number 3. They do it for him. So I can see that story. Yeah, I can see that story playing out. I do think it is the Chiefs to lose. I mean, you've been there, you got the most experience. Well, besides the Eagles, but I think it's the Chiefs to lose. So I'm going Bills. I'm going odd. I'm going Bills and Giants.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bills and Giants.
Yeah.
Bills and Giants.
Wow.
So what you got?
That would be like that. That would be like that Ravens Giants Super Bowl way back in, what was that, like early 2000s, late 90s or something?
Or like that Tampa Bay and Raiders when they got smacked on.
Thanks. I tried to not bring that up. I thought we were always very disappointed right now. Can't believe you. I kind of like Ronnie's pick. I do see the Cowboys getting I think with the way the world is going, it would only make sense that the Cowboys made it to the Super Bowl. Like, it would be the year for that to happen. 2023, you know what I mean? You see all these unnecessary Jordans being released, oh man, America's team made it to the Super Bowl, so the Cowboys are America's team, And y'all's right. It is the Chiefs' position to lose coming out of the AFC. But that Bills, that the Bills really have a really heart-wrenching story that if they really did use that to motor through, it would make sense. So then it would be cool to see them make it out over, say, the Chiefs after a hard-fought game. They win in overtime. You see the Bills, you see the Cowboys, right? Cowboys, some way. I don't really see them winning. I don't want to see them win. The friends that I have that are Cowboys or Niner fans, they're terrible people. I mean, I know people don't like that. I know people give that negative demeanor about the Raiders and everything, that we all type of assholes and whatnot. But I don't know if you guys realize how like really arrogant and disgusting Cowboy and Niner fans are when their teams win. Bang, bang, Niner gang and all that. Like everybody really turn up for no reason. Hey, don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. But anyways, I'm just saying, like, it'd probably be best they don't win, but I could see them making the Super Bowl. And then, yeah, I really don't want to see Cowboys win. Personally,
I don't think that the Cowboys are gonna win anything. I'm a Niner fan, so I know. But we're on an 11-game winning streak, and we're the hottest team in the playoffs right now. The Eagles have the best record, but we are the hottest team in the league right now. And we're doing this with Brock Purdy. So I got to go with the Niners, man. I think that the Niners, it's going to depend on when we go to Philly. If we go to Philly in this cold weather, then, Niners, we don't do good in cold weather. If we go to Philly in this good weather, then we're going to take Philly. So I really think that that's going to be the deciding factor is the weather in Philly. Because Philly going to get past, Philly going to get past the Giants, and we're going to get past the Cowboys. I'm not worried about that. I think that is going to end up over there on AFC. I think that is going to be the Bengals and the Chiefs duking it out. And I think that the Chiefs is going to be back in the Super Bowl, and we're going to get our rematch. And the Niners is going to get their head up with Patrick Mahomes again. Last time we was up and we gave up all butt cheeks and gave up that comeback. And that's the thing that made Patrick Mahomes against the Niners. And now we getting that opportunity to get our get back. And that's my prediction is we running it back. Chiefs versus Niners, Super Bowl, Arizona.
Hey, what I tell you about the Niners at the beginning of the year, I wish you could pull up the clip. I told you that they weren't going nowhere with Dookie sorry-ass Jimmy fucking Garoppolo. I told you. You he was the problem. I told you. Everybody call me a hater. No, he fucking sucks. I told you, as soon as you get rid of that dude, y'all team gonna go up. And look what the fuck happened.
Yeah, because I even said they should bring back Kaepernick because he would even be a better option than Garoppolo.
But Jimmy G did his shit. He got.
That's why he's not there. If he did his shit, he'll still be a quarterback.
So Jimmy G, he probably gonna end up with the Raiders. That's my prediction.
Wow.
Because he's over there. You got rid of Derek Carr, Josh McDaniels. Josh McDaniels is either going to get Tom Brady or Jimmy Garoppolo to come take that quarterback position.
I'd rather Tom Brady.
Both of them are.
But even if you get Tom Brady, it's going to be for 1 year. At least with Jimmy G, you could get 3 to 5 years.
Why do we need him? Why do we need him for 3 to 5 years? Pick up a free agent.
Trash and the Raiders are trash. It don't matter. Trash meets trash. Go ahead.
Double negative ain't gonna make a positive over here. So I'd rather give me some better quarterbacks in our roster, in our repertoire.
Now the NFL though, this year, this has been like one of the craziest years in the NFL like ever. Like I don't know if y'all been paying attention to this. I know you can't tackle nobody, but the way that the way that these new coaches are like drawing up these plays. The way that these formations and these shifts and the game has evolved into something completely different than what we remember. Like this is a whole new ball game, and that's why Tom Brady he looked washed up. He looked old. Like you out there trying to do Peyton Manning checks at the line. Peyton Manning couldn't live in this new era. You need you a Patrick Mahomes. You need you even look at what they calling. They calling him Vanilla Vic. Vanilla Vic, Danny Dimes over there. You know, you got to have you. Even Josh Allen. He over there. He going crazy.
That boy going crazy.
Like you got to have a mobile quarterback at this point. That old school way of quarterbacking is over and dead with, and the league is moving forward. And now these running backs, the running backs have to be like receivers. You remember we had the H-back position, and it was like a receiver running back. Now that's a real thing. People are coming out of through 2-3 tight end sets. Nobody's coming out these big chunky formations no more. They got a bunch of hybrid players out there, you know, putting the best talent on the field and then getting them the ball quickly and getting them in open field, and they getting out of there. They jumping out the gym. And that shit, you know, this new league is real exciting to watch. And after I watched that Charger meltdown, I mean, you could see I was showing my wife and she was like, why you keep saying that? And I'm like, because this is like a historical meltdown. Like, people gonna be talking about this 20 years from now. Like, you remember when the Chargers lost that game to the Jaguars? That shit was crazy. I don't know, man. The NFL, they went from everybody boycotting the NFL after Kaepernick to they really got us back, you know, forgetting all about that. No more Black Lives Matter, no more kneeling, no more none of that. It's just straight football now. So the NBA and the NFL PR, they really have found a way to move on from all the drama and just get back to the sport.
If you think about it, they actually incorporated more of the college vibe. Like, they're not doing all this extra slow plays. Everything's hurry up offense, you know, high intensity, high impact. The way they're trying to protect the quarterbacks are out of control, though. I mean, a lot of these roughing the passer calls are just ridiculous. Like, you just can't hit them at all is what they're trying to say, because they're trying to keep them to play for longer, which is for Tom Brady. It's not for anybody else. They're trying to keep people like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers still in the game.
So people used to launch themselves at the quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, no way, and you can't dive for the quarterback. You can't grab for the quarterback. You have to kind of bear hug the quarterback and take him
and
down.
You can't let him. No, but he can't go down, because if you bear hug him and you land on top of him, it's roughing the passer. If you turn and you let him land on top of you, then it's a 50-50 chance. But if he bounces off of you and then he looks like he's injured as he starts to get up, they're throwing the flag. And then also, like you said, as far as how wild the wild card is, I mean, I think it's ironic that not only has Madden passed away and the video game is, you know, skyrocketed like it has. You guys remember they were talking about bringing back college football, and how with the whole, you know, name, image, and likeness and whatnot, that those players would finally get money for being in the video games, but yet we still haven't seen the college video game. Why? The only thing that was different between college and NFL was the option. You did not see the option in the NFL like that. You did not see crazy kickoff returns with the lateral pass across the field. You didn't see all that exciting crowd camaraderie from beginning to end. Now it's so intense, you won't see the college football game, so you'll see the NFL become more strategic about keeping us entertained and keeping all the money within them.
Well, you guys have to realize that all of these leagues, you don't think they communicate. They're all
definitely.
They're all on the same thing. Look at the NBA. Scoring is at an all-time high. Teams are averaging, I think the average is 106 points per game. The highest scoring teams is like 108.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going crazy, man. I like the new high scoring NFL. Not so much for the NBA, because it'd be like the third quarter, and it'd be like 118, 112. You're like, it's 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They got 120 points already. This shit is like the Globetrotters. I remember, like, as a kid, you ever went to a Globetrotter game and they score 186 points in the game? That was the only time you've seen that shit. Now you're seeing 150-point games every other night like it's nothing.
They don't let you play defense.
Right.
It's ridiculous. I'm not impressed with all the scoring numbers and all these big numbers. You had guys in the 2000s, which is people don't know, that's the best defensive era of the NBA from 2000, like 98 to 2012. Those
Right.
guys were scoring all those points with 15 less possessions, and the league average was 95 points a game. So you had Kobe averaging 35 points in a league average of that gave up 95 points a game, not 120. It's
Right.
Everybody back then that if they played in this era now, they will at least average at least another 10 or 15 points. So if Kobe was averaging 30 something, Kobe will be averaging like 40, 45 points a game. Jordan will be averaging close to 50 points a game.
Easily.
Shaq will be dominant. Actually,
60.
It will be harder for Shaq because Shaq will probably be fouled out. Because they were
in this,
he was
in,
too
there's
aggressive.
No Shaq
but Shaq had a terrible temper though, man. Ever since the Malice in the Palace, man, the NBA they don't play. You get
they have.
If you bounce the ball, if you bounce the ball and you don't catch it, it's a technical. So if you bounce the ball in frustration and you don't catch the ball, that's an automatic technical foul. That's how ridiculous it is.
Draymond surviving.
But let's not forget this though, that Shaq is the reason why the game has changed. Because there was no hack of Shaq. There was no 2, 3, 4 people fouling one person like that until he came into the league, because even Kareem had a sky hook to avoid that contact. Akeem Olajuwon had the dream shake. You know what I mean? So when you think about it, Shaq would just, and I mean, this is just me ranting because you know me. I honestly believe in this. I would love for this to go viral.
My boy froze, right, when he said that?
He froze. Hey, I would say on the last note, Steph Curry may not be scoring.
That didn't go. You guys didn't hear what I said?
No,
you froze, bro.
Wow, see, they didn't want me to win. I literally said if Shaq had any type of work ethic, Shaq would be the greatest player in all history. Hands down, he would be the best player ever if he had any work ethic whatsoever.
Hands down.
All I'm saying is Steph Curry would not be the scoring champion.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because if Reggie Miller was able to play in these days, if Ray Allen was able to play in these days, where you can't even close out on these guys anymore.
You see, but they wasn't shooting the deep ball like Steph.
Yeah, but if you think about vintage Ray Allen though, we're talking about Milwaukee Ray before he changed his game.
But you guys are not realizing with Steph, he's not. Those guys were spot up shooters and they came off picks.
Not early Ray, not Jesus Shuttlesworth,
but not like Steph.
Steph is off the dribble.
Steph is off picks.
No, I'm saying Ray Allen was.
He'll pull up 3 feet behind the line and launch it several times throughout the game. He'll mix you up, step back. Steph bag is bigger. He makes more difficult 3-pointers.
Let me re-say what I meant. I meant to say it would have took Steph Curry longer to get to where he's at.
Right.
If they were able to play.
Because of his bag, though, Reggie
Miller he's gonna get
like
there.
That.
No bag.
Yeah.
Come on, Reggie Miller did not have no bag like that.
Not like that. No. I was saying Ray Allen.
The defense ain't the same. And with Reggie Miller, if he was playing in these days, he'd be fouled out too because all he does is kick out. So
true. They give him that offensive foul.
All right, man. So let's get to this hip hop news, man. So we all know King Von died. FBG Duck, he was shot down after shopping for his son in Atlanta in the fashion district. And the FBI have a witness that is alleging that King Von had a $50,000 bounty on Duck's head, and he had upped the bounty to $100K. And that's what prompted them to go hunt FBG Duck down and shoot him in broad daylight as he was coming out. I think it was the Louis Vuitton store. So they killed him. Von has also died about a year later. But you hear this all the time talking about, putting money on your head and, I have some niggas spin your block. And this is a common thing. And it's really like nothing. You know, it's like Young Thug, he's on trial right now for that shit. And he said shit on songs like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't killed the nigga, but I'm responsible for all the killing. Like, why are you rapping that?
Right.
And then they're playing that lyric in the courtroom, and they're trying to use lyrics. So, you know, I'm all for not. I don't think lyrics should be used in a courtroom. That shit it should be inadmissible. But at the same time, we got to do better. Like as people, you know, like these youngsters, man. Nobody taught them any like coof. They have no like tact to them at all. They just are like out here just doing shit. So what are y'all thoughts on like all these rappers like putting money on people's heads? Like, you know, like they mob bosses. Like that's a real thing. Like that happened with Gucci Man and Young Jeezy. That's a famous story right there. You know, Jeezy put a bag up for Gucci Man chain. Now it wasn't for his life, but it was for his chain. Hey, robbed him for his chain and bring me the chain, and you get this money. Now it's like go kill that nigga and you get this money. It's alleged that he even bought them some O-Block chains after they committed the murder. So what are y'all thoughts on like these youngsters and how they moving, man? What's your words for them?
I mean, it's sad to say. This is the same old mentality that a lot of people, you know, when we want to talk about solutions and things for problems, they want to point out black on black crime and, you know, we kill each other. And, you know, I don't think it's a youngster thing. I think it's a small percentage of us that does this from the beginning of time, back when the, you know, black used to buy and sell slaves. You know, it's the same mentality. You know, here, take him and give me some money. Go give me his chain and I'm gonna give you some money. It's the same mentality. So it's sad that we're putting a dollar amount on someone else's life. It's sad that people actually think like that. That people actually will celebrate when someone dies. Like that I remember back in the day after Tupac died, and they were asking Biggie Smalls about it. You know, whether I believe what he said or not. What he said was, I would never wish death on nobody because ain't nobody there's no coming back from that. You know, that's a popular soundbite by the Notorious B.I.G. rest in peace. But it's sad, I think, that, you know, people actually celebrate and actually put hits on people's lives like that. That's the crazy. You can't have a soul to actually want to plot someone dying. Like, I will kill somebody that's trying to kill me. I will kill somebody that does something to my kid or something like that in defense mode. But to actually plan to kill somebody or to put a hit on somebody's life is some sick ass motherfucking shit. And we have to somehow grab hold of the next generation and grab their attention and try to prevent them from coming up like that. Because I think, well, sad to say, you know, old heads, people are stuck in their ways. They ain't about to hear nothing, no kumbaya, no let's stop killing. They ain't trying to hear that shit. We got to pray and try to get the next generation off that shit, because it's sad, man. It's sad.
They're missing out on guidance. That, you know, when you look at everyone coming out now talking about the different contracts you have to sign to be in, you know, in the lane or be a part of whatever label, you're giving up so many different rights to yourself and being authentic. None of the things they're doing is brand new. They're imitating someone else who's done it before. They could even be imitating, you know, state property, paid in full, anything they think is relevant. They're just doing it. And I mean, I hate to say it, I don't listen to very much current hip hop anymore or rap or whatever, because a lot of these artists aren't really saying anything I want to hear. Like, I've never heard of dry snitching as being something cool. I've never heard of taking into consideration what someone has and what they have at home. And yeah, I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna buy a chain. Like, is that Boondocks? Like, is it South Park? Like, what world are we living in where you're going to be that blatantly disrespectful, and then think that there's going to be no repercussion behind it or for it? They just need more of us saying not to do it, and then if they hear it from people, they need to actually try to apply it to their life. Because if you can get a bag off of a TikTok video, you're going to go off of it. If you're going to have to work 5 to 10 years to get 2 bags, but you're going to learn integrity and discipline, what are you going to take when everything's on this and not face to face?
Man, I think if we're talking about the next generation and everything of that nature, it's a lot of, if we want to get to them, it's a lot of monkey said, monkey do kind of mentality. If you look at the news and you see, okay, when there was a whole bunch of mass shootings going around and people were going around and shooting up schools and everything. Now it's still happening, but at one point in time, it was like every time you turned on the news, there was another school shooting and another school shooting and another school shooting. Why? Because they're playing it over and over and over and over again. And people are going, oh, like the mayor said, they thinking, oh, I'm going to go viral off of this. Like, I have nothing going for myself now, so I'm going to go kill another human being. I'm going to take another life. That's how I'm going to go viral. And then instead of facing my consequences, I'm gonna off myself. Like, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And so it's that monkey see. It's just that copycat mentality. I don't want to use the word monkey because if we're talking about freaking our people, then that's a bad. that doesn't go very good.
Right.
Yeah, so copycat. We're gonna go with copycat. Ain't no monkeys over here. So, just like Ronnie said, I mean, you have to have some nuggets going in your head to go, you know what? Like, for me to be like, you know what? I like Caleb's shirt. Somebody give me Caleb's shirt. I give you $5. I ain't putting no. I ain't doing that. I ain't giving y'all no money. I need my money. But somebody will go, oh, y'all said if I go jack Caleb for his shirt, I'm gonna go try to, like, that's people's mentality to take it a step further to go, hey, kill this man or woman, and we good. And then you end up dead too. So if you don't want to put the head out, if I'm hearing this right, he the one that put the head out on the person, and he dead too.
So he got into a separate altercation out of a hookah lounge in Atlanta, and he was fighting a guy, and one of his partners pulled out and shot him as he was fighting the guy. So that was a complete different instance. It was complete separate altercation. They were out of town, ran into some other dudes out of town in Atlanta, and he started to fight the dude, which was the if you're the artist, why are you attacking him? Don't you got goons for that? And that was the conversation around that, is that he should have never been doing anything himself, even if it was that type of energy. Somebody should have been handling that for him.
What we need to was it on Friday? I think it was on Friday. Remember when he was about to go fight Debo, and Pops was like, Joe, what are you doing? You don't use that. You use these, right? Remember that? We don't even do that anymore. So
yeah, because you get put on camera, and when you get put on camera, you put me on camera, and I don't know.
Yeah, but think about what you just said. You get put on. Look, you get put on camera for fighting, and everybody everybody laughing because you either win or lose. But Caleb, think about it. You get rolled up on. You fight, right? Win or lose, you go home, right? But think about how stupid it sounds. $100K for his head. You already are saying, "Come get me," because I'm the one putting out the hit. Then the dummy who does it, you're not accepting murder as the charge.
You see now,
you're really going to take a life and get no consequence, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, logically, though, like, how do you go 100,000, 25 to life? 100,000, 25 to life.
This is in furtherance of the gang. So if you all from O Block, and you're not just putting this out to like random people in the street, you putting it out to your fellow gang members.
Yeah,
so,
but
you're all kicking with us, you're all around us, but you don't get to come on tour. You don't get to partake in the money. you don't get to come to any of the concerts, but you from the hood. Oh, if you go put in this work, then maybe you'll move up in the ranks. Now you can get on that private jet. Now you can be on $1 million worth of game when Wallow and Gilly in the hood and they got 50 niggas in the background. Now you can be one of these 50 niggas because you put it in. And that's why he bought them old blockchains. So they're doing this so that they can try
got to sell that old blockchain
store
to get bail money.
Man, maybe that's what it was. Maybe he was giving them a gift to get some bread.
I don't know, man. But let's get to this politics, man. Last week, me and Amrock touched on this subject. They found classified documents at Biden's house. This is his personal lawyers. His personal lawyers do not have security clearance. So his personal lawyers are finding classified documents where they have no clearance on handling and turning them in to the Justice Department. Now they're saying that he's not participating and it's not a crime because they turned it in. But so if I stole something and then I came back the next day and said, hey, I stole this, does that make my stealing not a crime? So how was Trump's place raided? They said that they found some documents on the ground next to his Corvette. And when Joe Biden was asked about this, he was talking about, his Corvette was in a locked garage. They asked for logs. And when they raided Mar-a-Lago, Trump had a log for every visitor that visited the estate. When they asked for logs from the Democrats, there's no logs that have been taken. So there's no way to even figure out what type of people have been around these top secret. Trump got caught with secret documents. He got caught with classified top secret documents. And they've been basically just been void for over 5 years. Trump's have only been out for like 3.5 years. So it's crazy. Like this whole shit is crazy because now you go on the Republicans are crying and they're saying that there's 2 tiers of justice in this country and that they're receiving a second class system of justice. And I'm like, damn, don't that sound familiar every time a black boy steps into a courtroom? So they saying that it's 2 tiers of justice, but I'm saying that it's 3 tiers of justice because it's what y'all doing to each other and then it's what y'all do to us. What's your thoughts on this?
Hey, Murdoch, put Joe Biden's face back up there. Put his face back. Keep it there. Hi, I am the President of the United States. I have been freaking you guys from the back since my term started. No Vaseline, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever I want from you, I'm going to give. You guys wanted Trump out of office, and you put my ugly ass in. And look, I'm fucking you a lot harder. Do I care about the black people like I said I would? I sure don't. That's why I put the vice president in. Have you heard from her? No, you haven't. Has she done anything for the black people? No, she hasn't. I know this Yajic-headed guy has been calling me Smoking Joe from the beginning, but look at my face. I can barely fight COVID, but it's okay. Everybody deals with it. I am Smoking Joe. I am your president, and I'm still, until my term ends, I'm going to keep fucking you in your ass. Joe Biden. Out.
Well put. Sounds just like him.
I don't even know how to rebut. Like, how you follow up? I'll go for it. Okay.
How do you follow up with that?
Caleb, I'll just say thank you for all of this because, I didn't know very much of anything about the politics. I knew that Republican and Democrats were all under the same umbrella. And Ronnie, you always made sure to let it be known, like, you better sack up. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and now I'm always pro everything, but you just say with your chest, stop being a little bitch. And then you just, bro, wow. Like wow. This none of the stuff that we're about to talk about with Joe that Caleb already explained. Like, I'm not shocked by any of it. When it came to Hillary Clinton and her leaked emails, everybody was shocked, but not shocked. Everybody knows what's going on. We're just the last to find out. I'm just so grateful that y'all decided to be so unapologetically himself, because I ain't got shit to say. Thank you, y'all. Thank you.
This comes as no surprise. What, more dirty politicians? More dirty politicians? I mean, more bullshit. I mean, this is something that's going on forever. Find some bullshit on Trump. They find some bullshit on Obama. They find some bullshit on Bill Clinton. I mean, it's so many different things that have happened historically with this political shit. It's no surprise. Like Yajaket has said, you know, Joe Biden is a fucking joke. Like, he's a joke. I mean, we wanted Trump out of here, obviously, because he was just causing too much uproar with the country. Not so much of what he was doing as president, but it was more of the bullshit, the race wars he was causing to an already race-sensitive country. He was, you know, causing a lot of racism to come out into the forefront. So we had to get Trump up out of here because he had bad energy. But we replaced him with a motherfucker who's probably done a worse job than he did if we keep it all the way real. Like, Joe Biden has been shit. Kamala Harris has been shit. And some bullshit to be coming out about him, some dirty shit or whatever it was, it's not a surprise. That's the name of politics. Politics is dirty, it's bullshit, it's grimy, and it just doesn't surprise me. But I'm not the biggest Joe Biden fan, so I ain't about to cap for dude. Fuck dude. Like, I'm surprised he's lasting this long.
You see now,
Murdoch, put my face back up. Ronnie said something. Put my face back up. Put my face back up, Murdoch. Murdoch, put my face back up. I have to clear something up. Put my face back up.
It's smoking Joe, Murdoch.
My Joe Biden face. Oh, there I am. Ronnie, you said I was a motherfucker. I am not a motherfucker. I am a everyone fucker. I'm fucking all you. We're all getting fucked. Your turn, Caleb.
So the cold thing about this whole shit, man, is they found the first set of documents back in November before the primaries, and because they didn't want the news to affect the elections, they let it go by and they didn't say shit to the general public. So this whole shit happened way back in November, the first set, and they didn't say shit. And guess what happened? The election happened, and the Democrats won all the seats, and the red wave didn't happen. And then all of a sudden, after y'all secure all y'all seats, oh, now this information happened. And because you're willingly giving this information up, now it's not a crime. So if I murder somebody and then bury them in the dirt and then turn in the spot that I buried them at, it ain't a crime no more. I willingly gave you the body.
Yeah.
And that's the logic that the Democrats are actually like going with, and it's working.
I want you. Do you know what type of door you just opened with the way you explained that? Well, we made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't catch us when it was first made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Can't slap my wrist now. Sounds
good luck. You never found out. I could have kept
it a secret to myself. Dude, oh man, that's
so because
I don't want to say it, but you know what it sounds like.
It sounds like from what I heard, it sounds to me like Biden's lawyers found that shit, and Biden and them was like, hide that shit, and his lawyers was basically like, nah, fuck that shit. I hide it to after the election, but I ain't finna lose my integrity and my license and all my shit. And whoever Biden lawyers is, they selling his ass down the river. And the Democratic Party, because they won the primaries, they got the power, they got the presidency, So guess what? They giving themselves a slap on the wrist, just like Joe Rogan did after he slapped his wife up.
Y'all on today. We on today.
So let's get some last thoughts, man, before we get up out of here.
Whoa.
What do you got? I
ain't got no thoughts. Y'all really dropped the mic like 6 minutes ago.
Shout outs to the PolitiKan brand. You know, the PolitiKan brand has been growing every single year. You know what I'm saying? Adding shit. You know, when I first met Caleb, you know what I'm saying? It was, you know, in San Bernardino, the studio and equipment has upgraded, skills is upgraded, you know, network has upgraded, everything is upgraded. And, you know, now we got a lot of shit brewing, you know, this year, going down this year. So, you know, shout out to the PolitiKan brand and to Caleb and his wife and, you know, and to the whole team that's been rocking with us, because we've been doing this and we got a lot of shit coming out. So shout out to the fellas on here that's been rocking for the PolitiKan podcast, because this is the center of everything. So shout out to y'all too.
I appreciate you, brothers. Like always, I love jumping on here. It's always something educational, entertaining as well. But there's always a gem. There's always a nugget that you can take. And I always get off this thing and go to my wife and just be like, yo, did you know that this happened? And she was like, oh, how you know? I don't know. Caleb and the boys told me. So like, keep doing what you do, man. Keep putting it out there to the world, to the internet. And people haven't caught on to it yet. But when they do, and then they realize that, hey, maybe, you know, Smoking Joe was really smoking, and then be like, hey, we said it first here. So keep doing what you're doing. Your brothers, keep showing your light, being the amazing black men that you are. Don't let nobody hold you down, and keep going no matter what.
Facts. Shout out to all you guys. And I don't know. This 2023 has started off so wild and so crazy. I've endured so much additional disrespect that, like, I haven't even been able to get on the podcast with y'all like I have in the past because of so many games and the additional amount of mentoring I've had to do with a lot of the kids. And what I've realized is that, like, what you guys are doing, like what we're doing collectively, is what I haven't noticed anywhere on any campus amongst any demographic of children. You know what I mean? Like, people from 4 different walks of life don't just come and sit down and talk anymore. They don't talk about anything that's going on, positive or negative. They don't debate. You know what I'm saying? They don't give each other opportunities to speak. It's just like, if you can't accept what I have to say right now, I'm walking away. Or not even giving each other eye contact or even the opportunity to speak at all. And a lot of my kids, and you guys are going to love this, Yajaketa came out, spoke to my school, right? Spoke to my basketball program, changed a lot of their mindsets. A few of those kids actually watch our PolitiKan now, like really watch it and hit me up before we get on. Like, hey, coach, you on it tonight? You on it tonight? And it's really made me accept the fact that I don't have to change up who I am, because I just have to keep doing me. And eventually the right people are going to continue to pay attention. So, like, one kid I wanted to shout out was Peyton, because he's been giving me that right type of respect that I think more people like him should accept just being themselves. So shout out to you, Caleb, you know, especially because we both August 1st. I appreciate you for being you and allowing me to be me, you know, on your platform and being a part of the platform and being part of the PolitiKan family. So much respect and love, especially to you two, Ronnie, and y'all brothers from another mother.
Yeah. Once again, man, I appreciate y'all coming on, going on this journey with me, man. I've been on this road for a minute, but I don't know. This shit is like, it's not even like it's planned. You know, like, I started a podcast on my living room table. My wife bought me. I was talking about doing a podcast about 3-4 months straight. She bought me my first mic and said, "What you waiting on?" And ever since then, you know, none of this shit has been planned. It's all been faith. You know, you guys, you know, meeting all three of you guys was all by like faith, and that shit, You know, like you said, you can't worry about, you know, how you gonna get there, man. Focus on the journey, you know, and enjoying the journey, because we're gonna look back at this 10 years from now, and we're gonna be one of the hottest motherfucking podcasts in the world, and we're gonna be like, damn, you remember when we started on IG Lives because the world got shut down and we had to figure out some way to keep content going? You know, it's like, man, one thing always leads to the next. You just gotta start. And that's one thing that I tell everybody out there. I don't got to figure out. You just got to start, man. I started, and I ain't never stopped. You know what I'm saying? One thing you know about me. I don't know what you're going to do with your life, but I'm going to get to it, man. PolitiKan podcast. We out.
If you want to stop me, you're going to have to fucking kill me!
Smoking Dank Sinatra, that's all gas. On the hunt in the tall grass. Intercepting every ball pass, then I run it back, that's a TD. Check the scoreboard, y'all last. We up one, you see me. Pussy niggas wanna talk about it, go to Hellcat, no demon. I be politicking on your broadcast at the red carpet like the famous